Yes, guys, and a welcome from me, Championship Manager 0102, the King of the Dugout. We have got the January conclusion. This was done Saturday night. I actually did this. I did the update yesterday. Been a bit of a delay on this, and I think it's been a good time to have a bit of a break from it. But let's get straight to it. First things first, we had a bit of breaking news. We had one manager resign from the game. William McGregor has left his role as manager of Glasgow United. So that, along with Into Your Nan, where Matt left, we are down to 9 strong of our managers in the King of the Dugout. And let's just get straight to the third division table. Jesper Ronman continues to lead the way, 74 points. Fritzl Palace, Lee Sharples, for me, is still the standout star of the season so far. 5 points off the pace, 4 points clear of Football Heritage, who are in third, managed by Connor Marchbank. Connor is 4 clear in the promotion with a game in hand of Almo St Helens in fourth, 61 points. Orange is the New Black, 61 points. Now, Orange is the New Black, Mark Rutgers, a shaky start. He didn't have the greatest team in the world, but he's actually had I feel he's been one of the most on-form managers of late. And I think this month, if I remember rightly, he got manager of the month. Chicken Curry, Trevor Choi. He's had a bit of a tough second half season. He's had a great run of cup exploits, but he's got a game in hand, admittedly. But as it stands, he's 9 off the promotion race. It's going to be tough. It really is. Formerly managed by Matt, of course, Into Your Nan. They're still going to cause a stir. There's no doubt about that. I would say Matt is keeping an eye on this, and he's keeping an eye on his old faithful to see if they can cause a stir, and they are doing. 8th place, just outside the playoffs on aggregate, is Murder on the Dance Floor, Stuart Danton. I still fancy Danton to make a late surge. I've said it before and I'll say it again. And Sunday Strikers, Big Philip Dirala, who had a really strong start, has had a bit of a shocking last few months, generally speaking. But, you know, he's got to be happy, really, because you could be Wayne Chester. Missed Rolling in FC, what an absolute shit show of a month. You know, I think he'll put it down to a bad season, and I think he'll just regroup for next season. There's no doubt about that from Wayne, but he's just getting his feet. Okay, so let's go straight to the League Cup. There you see it. The first leg of the semi-final has taken place between 2 of our guys who clashed. Trevor Choi's Chicken Curry, Jesper Ronman's AC Runmansion clashed, and it finished 0-0, which Mr. Trevor Choi will happily take, given those stats, 11 shots to 0. That was just fucking crazy. Absolutely crazy. You know, and I think the important thing here is Jesper didn't get any away goal there. So if they start the second leg and Chicken Curry get a quick away goal, it's bang. It could be game over, but who knows? Who knows? Let me remind you guys that these 2 managers did also pick up money for a draw in the League Cup. Now, ordinarily, in the knockouts of cups, you only get a draw. The reward for a draw is only if you get knocked out after extra time or penalties. We agreed that, and obviously I didn't really allow for second legs, that sort of stuff. I didn't allow for replays and that sort of stuff, but they do count for replays. So if someone got a draw, which they have done, and the same with this as well. So both these guys got the draw prize money, and of course we'll have the second leg as well. So the winners are going to inevitably meet Arsenal. The very best of luck. Who knows? Who knows what's installed there? Over to the FA Cup. January saw us clear 2 rounds in the FA Cup, the 3rd and the 4th. And as you can see, the 5th round draw has already been made. Jesper Ronman flying high. He will take on Orange is the New Black in an all 3rd division affair. For me, the standout game here, Murder on the Dance Floor are taking on Parent Club. More about that in a moment. Bradford will take on Leeds or Football Heritage. Connor Marchbank, he's going to want revenge on Leeds United. Castamaya back to the League Cup. Football Heritage got beat to Leeds, but undeservedly. They hammered them on stats, and I mean destroyed them. They were a proper champ man. But let's have a look at the results here then. So Football Heritage against Leeds, they scraped the draw here. And I really hope he beats Leeds. More of a revenge side of things. I really do. Jesper did really well to get his quarter-final ticket. An away victory to Middlesbrough. Murder on the Dance Floor, he's had an all-third division battle. He don't give a shit. He's advanced through. Orange is the New Black. Fine result there. And let's just go to the third round now then. AC Run Mansion beat York. Chicken Curry were absolutely thrashed against Manchester United. Football Heritage beat Aston Villa. Phenomenal game there. Let me point out, right, that the prize money is in the cups. The higher the division, the more prize money. So from a Football Heritage's perspective, he got a big win feel for beating a Premiership opponent, as well as drawing with a Premiership opponent in Leeds. Of course, AC Run Mansion did that in the fourth round. They knocked out a Premiership team. Orange is the New Black, they knocked out a Premiership team. Wayne Chester, that just topped off his season, really. Murder on the Dance Floor, he's had third division opponents all the way through. But you know what? Who gives a fuck? Sunday Strikers went out to Everton. So let's just take a look now then at that fifth round draw. You may recall then that all our guys have got loanee players. Now, I had to do something different in order for that to work, because they had parent clubs that Mark Whittaker set up, and I had to create a generic parent club and put all the players on loan there. Okay, and it would appear is that Jeff Kenner? It is Jeff Kenner. So it looks like they've brought Jeff Kenner. So basically, what I did is I put all the loanee players at the parent club. And as you can see right here, these are all the parent clubs. I let St Helens, Murder on the Dance Floor, Orange is the New Black. They've obviously bought a couple of players as well. Looks like they've brought someone down there as well. And there you see, and it's just bizarre that they are through in the FA Cup. Let's have a look at who they knocked out to get their place in the fifth round. Because when I saw that, I thought it was absolutely bizarre. Oh, wow. I'll tell you what, maybe don't underestimate them, Danton. So Folkestone in the first, Doncaster in the second. Wigan weren't going to be easy. Sorry, Folkestone in the qualifying. Doncaster, Wigan, Norwich, Newcastle. How the fuck have they beaten Newcastle? You know, they've not even got... Gordon Jury. I can't remember if I put them with high reputation. I must have, to be honest with you. But that is crazy. Absolutely crazy. So we will see. Let's go to the Vans Trophy. And that is where we're at. Now, it was really ironic about the Vans because, firstly, all our guys were in the southern section, which was good. But also, there was a couple of managers that weren't in the first round, and still don't really know for the life of me why that was the case. They were all compensated with 100 grand in the bank, but they all took their place in the second round. So, you know, in all fairness, it worked well. It worked well. And here we are now then with the quarterfinals. In terms of results from the second round, we only lost one guy, and that was because he clashed against a rival. That was Almo St Helens. They went out to Jesper Rodman. Jesper Rodman just seems to be involved in absolutely everything. Greedy bastard. And he's making money all over the place. We'll have a look at the money situation in a moment, and we'll give you a little bit of a a rundown on who is holding what. So, in terms of, as I said, Chicken Curry, Fritzl Palace, Murder on the Dance Floor against AC Run Mansion, Orange is the New Black against Football Heritage, while Sunday Strikers take on Brighton from the second division. One of our guys are going to win that cup. I think that's more than likely to be the case. What can you say? What can you say? Let's have a look now then at our player stats then. Onisima continues to be the top boy in the third division. I love Onisima. I said it before. I fucking love that guy. The leading goal scorers, Mohamed Farouk of Fritzl Palace, 23 league goals. David Cameron is second for AC Run Mansion. The assists, Justin Walker for AC Run Mansion, 15 league assists, with St Helens Vitor in second place with 13. Crazy, isn't it? Man of the Match awards, Onisimo and Jevon of Orange is the New Black both have 10 apiece. Red cards, that's only one who gives a fuck. Yellow cards, 7 for Neil Scally and 7 for Sergio, both of Run Mansion. 6 for Kevin Nichols of St Helens. Very, very interesting indeed. Penalties, Brian Atkinson of Oh Mist Rolling in FC. He scored 5 out of 5. That's really the only thing worth screaming about. Let's just have a look. Yeah, his penalties is 18, so he's probably been... Oh, all his 5 goals this season have been penalties. That is just fucking crazy. That really is crazy. Okay, so Let's take a look now then. This is going to be an interesting one. I didn't think about this until now. Let's have a look at points. Jesper Rodman leads the way on points, 56,922. And look at that, he's in 6th place for points. You know, he's hit more points than the likes of Newcastle and Tottenham. You know, Man U, Leeds, Arsenal, and I mean, that he's got to be really happy with that, isn't he? Man U, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Leeds are 4 of 5 teams ahead of him. He's got to be really happy with that. Mark Rutgers is in 2nd place. Interesting. Stuart Danton 3rd. Conor Marchbank 4th. Trevor Choi 5th. Very, very interesting. Philip Dirala, Wayne Chester, and that's just at HQ. But now this is really bizarre. Wayne Chester is down in 71st place, or, you know, however we ought to put it, 5th or 6th out of our guys. And then below Wayne Chester, Almo Lee Sharples. I think Lee Sharples did go out the cups very, very early on. That's what's been the case over there. So that's where we're at in that sense. Now, you may recall the wage structure is going to increase as per league victories. Now, this being season 1, this is quite easy to use your league table as a guide here. Everybody started with a £1,000 wage cap. So AC Runmansion, Jesper Rodman has secured 24 league wins, an additional £100 per league win. His current wages cap is £3,400 per week. That is £100 per league win plus his starting 1,000. So you can work out probably by people's wins there. But St Helens is at 2,900. Fritzl 3,200. Chicken Curry 2,700. Sunday Strikers 2,600. Murder on the Dance Floor 2,600. Orange and New Black 2,900. Run Mansion 3,400. Football Heritage 3,000. And Omist Rolling, you can't quite see that, is on a Mingy, I do stress, a Mingy 2,400. Oh, do you know what? I actually forgot to put his in. Bear with me, sorry. No, I didn't. 8 wins. 8 wins. He's on a Mingy 1,800 per week. So 8 wins, he's going to have difficulty, but it's all good fun. Now let me tell you what everybody's bank account is. Now the bank account, let me remind you, is really based on a couple of main things. The bank account is based on cup victories. The higher the opposition, the more bounty, the better the bounty. It's all there on the Season 4 PDF, Season 4/Season 1. And also home games. For every home game, they get their capacity multiplied by 10. Now, the capacities, Almo St Helens have the biggest capacity of 7,000. You've got Murderers of Dance Floor who have 4,000. AC Runmansion and Omist Rolling have 3,000. Heritage and Chicken Curry have 2,000. And our remaining players, Orange is the New Black, Sunday Strikers and Fritzl all have 1,000. They chose not to increase, or they didn't have the money. So let's talk about money now then. St Helens currently have 1,591 grand. Fritzl Palace have 451 grand. Chicken Curry have 2.45 million pounds. Sunday Strikers have just over the 1.3 million. Murder on the Dance Floor have just under 1.6 million. Orange is the New Black have just over 1.1 million. AC Runmansion have 2.8 million, just over. Football Heritage have 2.2 million, just over, and Omist Rolling in FC have just under 1.2 million pounds. This money is massive, and it's no surprise really to see Jesper Rodman leading the way in that sense, because, you know, you look at his schedule, he's been a busy fucking bee, hasn't he? He really has. His month, incidentally, was a tricky month because he drew with Torquay, and he'd have been really gutted to have drawn with Torquay there. He threw that away, didn't he? And if that weren't bad enough, he then lost to Football Heritage. What a result for Football Heritage. The red card obviously helped, no doubt about that. But do you know what? Connor will not give a fuck. You know, what goes around comes around. So a massive result there for Football Heritage. Very pleased for him there, indeed. And of course, he was gutted in the League Cup. It's a big month ahead for our current runaway leader, and he is really our runaway leader. He's got the Vans quarters, he's got the FA Cup 5th round, and he's got the League Cup semi-final second leg. He could really do without an FA Cup replay. But, you know, this next month really is going to show what he's capable of. I think there'll be a lot of thought process going in for Jesper Rodman in his team selection this season. We shall see. We really will. Frixel Palace continue, in my opinion, continue to shock everybody. It was a short month for him. He had a defeat against a rival, but he's got a big month ahead. February is going to be a huge month. He's got 4 rival managers, and he's got to play Chicken Curry back to back because he's got them in the quarterfinals. It's hard to know what's going to happen with him, but fingers crossed for him. It really is fingers crossed. For Connor, we know we had a postponement in there as well. He did lose to Swansea. He would have been gutted. I think Connor will just hope. He really will just hope, won't he, that he can have a good run. He has a bit of inconsistencies, I feel. Almo, a bit unlucky for Almo because he's now out of all cup competitions. He's got nothing left in terms of the cup, but he can really focus on the league. I mean, he wasn't beaten in the league this month, although February is going to be another difficult month for him. Orange is the new black. We will check. I'm pretty certain he did get the manager of the month, but I will check that in a moment. And it was deserved so because despite that defeat to Inter Yanan, it still looks good, don't it? He still looks good indeed. Chicken Curry, we said about Chicken Curry, I've had a bit of a difficult time of late. Hammering against Man United, golden straw with Oxford, and then he lost to Doncaster at home. Yeah, a real difficult time. Stuart Danton's Murder on Zidane's Floor. There you see his month. 3 scoring, it's fair to say. 6 against Sunday Strikers, that was a great result. 3 against Doncaster, 4 against Mansfield. Back-to-back games with them. Having drawn with them in the league, I think he'll have taken the FA Cup victory, but he wants that playoff. He's got to be going for that playoff, there's no doubt about that. Sunday Strikers, Big Phil. A difficult time for him. He lost 2 crucial games to rivals, and he lost them 6-2 and 4-0. Phil, it isn't too late. You can still do it. You can still get them playoffs. And finally, then Wayne Chester. Well, Wayne, what can we say? What can we say? I'm not going to say any more about you, Wayne. So let's just because I keep forgetting. Let's just make sure we check who was manager of the month. It was Mark Rutgers, deservedly so. I think it's fair to say. Player of the month went to Adolfo Murder on Zidane's Floor. Young player of the month went to Alexi Bagger of Sunday Strikers. And that's it from me, guys, with the next instalment of King of the Dugout. Stay tuned, because we're going to have some activity going on off the field. Right, you heard it here, off the field. Till next time, from me and the HQ, it's Take It Easy.